Hi, I am Javier Castaño. I'm professor, assistant professor in the University Antonio Nariño in Villavicencio, Colombia. Currently, I am in Fermilab, the Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory in Batavia, Illinois, in the USA. In the course, internationalization of the research and the classroom, I am doing I have the activity to interact with a colleague or a peer in other country. For the reason I'm here with Miguel Marchan. He is an engineer in Fermilab. We will be talking about the engineering and the activities we can do together in order to improve my courses, my activities as professor in the university, and of course the situation of Colombia in terms of the research and the academic aspects. Hi, Miguel, how are you?
Hi, Javier. Thank you for the introduction. So today we're going to be talking about engineering, the projects that we do together, what I do.
Okay, thank you so much, Miguel. I am normally I have the courses of digital systems, but this semester because I am here, other professor is in charge of the digital systems courses, but the next semester I will be in charge again. And right now I am doing the classes for the analog electronics in one program in Villavicencio, and I am teaching diodes and transistors. But you know more about the digital systems. We have the common area of digital systems. We work in FPGA, but obviously you have a different experience because you are in the US. Please tell us about your experience as engineer here, your process to get a job, and your main activities here in the family.
When I was a student, I did 4 internships here. And then, so in my bachelor's degree, I did 2 internships. And then when I did my master's degree, I did another 2 internships. And I did those here in this department. So when I saw an opening for this position here, I knew I wanted to apply right away, and that's how I ended up getting a job here. And right away, my first project was to design a PCB board and do some FPGA programming, which I had no experience doing back then. But I have a really good supervisor. He's a really good teacher, and a lot of people in the department they have a lot of knowledge, and they've all helped me with this first project that I actually brought right here.
Could you show us about the board, please?
So this is the board that I made. I did everything myself with the help of the people in the department. I did the PCB design, I did all the layout, I did the schematic, and I did the VHDL programming. And this board has 6 layers, which I found out from Javier is something that is very difficult to do in Colombia, but it seems like it's a standard here.
Yes.
Doing 6 layers is not really a big deal.
Even more layers.
Or even more layers. So 6 layers was standard. No one made it a big deal or anything. So.
But is this board for an experiment here? Could you tell us about the experiment or the importance of the electronics engineering formula?
Yeah, so this board is for Mu-to-E. So it's part of CRV, which is I forgot what it stands for. But anyway, this board is supposed to be a test board to test 2 different controllers. So this board is supposed to be the like the middle ground between one controller and the other. And so we'll have one controller send information through this board to another controller and back and forth to test the controllers this way. And this board sends out an encoded clock through this output right here. And I did the programming for that in Quartus. So through my job here, I've learned how to use Quartus and ISE. And I still have more to learn. I have to learn Vivado, still, right, which is the newest Xilinx tool.
Okay. But and you are very young. You have a master's degree, but how old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
Okay, it's different because in Colombia normally it's a little difficult to study a master program. at this age, but here I guess in the USA is common.
Hmm. Yeah, so I've been seeing there's a lot of engineering students who will go get their masters right after they finish their bachelor's degree, which is what I did, and I studied my master's for 2.5 years right after I finished my undergraduate studies.
Where do you study? In which university?
For my undergrad, I studied at a school called Northern Illinois University, and for my master's, I studied at the University of Illinois at Chicago.
But are them private or public universities?
They're both public
Public.
schools.
Okay, because we don't know the system here in the US, but yes, in Colombia, for example, I am working in the private university, but there are many public universities too. Okay, and then do you have the resources? I mean, laboratories and equipment here in Fermilab in order to do the
Yeah, so
implementations?
so here we have lots of equipment to test, to build. You can see right here I have a signal generator. I have an oscilloscope, so not the fanciest, but I think pretty good still. And then we get everything that we need. So, for example, get like a multimeter that I just got.
Okay.
And so when it comes to having equipment that I need for my job, like I have all the resources that I need, which is really nice.
Okay. Could you tell us about the main purposes or goals of Fermilab? Fermilab as a laboratory is working on what is the purpose for Fermilab?
So Fermilab is working on a variety of things, right? Discovering the smallest particles and then looking at the biggest things in the universe, right? Looking at galaxies, looking out into space.
Okay.
And so on this department, what I do is we're support. So I work for different projects, right? So for DUNE, the Deep Underground Neutrino Experiment, for mu-to-E, the muon to electron experiment. So there's a bunch of different projects going on at the lab right now, and in this department we support various different projects here.
Okay. And we are working together in a project. It's a deep underground neutrino experiment, and we are developing some technology for that experiment. And I consider it is important for Colombia because I think the most important difference between Colombia and the US is obviously the US has the technology and the experiments and the requirements. In Colombia we can learn, we can study electronic engineering or other engineering, but we don't have the application. I mean the technology, the science. We only buy technology. But here I think you have the requirements here in Fermilab. Please design this board or design this technology. What do you think about, or do you know about Latin America country situation in terms of research and science? Do you
No,
know?
not too much. The most I've learned is from talking to you and another
Colombia.
colleague. Yeah.
Okay. For you is unknown. Okay. But do you consider it's possible to establish collaboration between Latin America and the US?
Yeah, definitely. I think you coming here and other people coming to work at Fermilab, coming to the US to work on all these projects is really beneficial to Latin Americans in Latin America. I think it's definitely possible.
Okay, it's important to have this kind of collaboration. Like in this way, our university is doing the best effort as possible, and I consider my stay here is a good step in this to get this relationship better and better. And I don't know, in the future maybe some students, more students or professors from our university could be here. And finally, what do you consider is the most important skill in one engineer, electronics engineer?
Man,
It's difficult for
skill. There's a lot of skills. to
programming, FPGA, or some ingenuity. I don't know.
I think it'll be something like that. I think it's the ability to learn quickly. Like, I did not know VHDL at all, but
Okay.
I've programmed already, right? I did not know PCB design, and I learned that. best skill to have is the ability to learn something quickly
Yes,
by yourself and with help.
autonomous.
Yes, be able to figure things out on your own.
Yes, but I consider, as a professor, I consider this has to start from the, how do you say, the,
Like a young age.
yes, or more, maybe when the people are very, very child,
Mm-hmm.
because after many years it's more difficult to, I say to my students the autonomy and the, as Miguel said, is the most important skill or ability in engineer, one engineer. Okay, and but you can do it because you have the resources. I mean,
Obviously, yeah, I was lucky to have all the resources available.
computer licenses,
Licenses, software, all the software.
It's very hard in my country without the resources, and it's one of the things we have to do very fast.
Yeah.
Our government has to support the research, and our university is doing the best, but we need more investments and more resources, money, human power, and time to do research. Okay, Miguel. Finally, a greeting for Colombia, if you want, like a farewell.
Yeah.
Because we are finishing something to say to Colombian people.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to work with my colleague Javier. I hope to visit Colombia one day.
Okay.
He
you're
tells me
welcome.
the culture there is very beautiful, and I just want to say goodbye. Greetings from the U.S.